Hey everybody, Rusty from the Rusty Razor, and we got another shave of the day for you. And today we're going to be using Island Man with my Schick twist to open. This is my very first one I ever got when I was a teenager, and we're going to be using Gillette Wilkinson blades with it. It'll twist open. And I always have to make sure with this thing that after so many years, it does have a tendency to slide open a little bit. So I got to make sure it locks down. And I already got the lather made up. Nice big old blob of stuff. Oh, it's attacking my handle. Make that all slickery. Now the scent is, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this again or not. It was interesting to try it out. That's the nice thing about Stirling soaps, is that you have so many different styles. If you can't find something you like, try the next one. And that's what the wonderful thing about their samples is that for only $3.50 you get 1 ounce, and then you can go, I like that, or I don't like that. And you don't feel like you're breaking the bank by spending $15, $20, $30 on something you may not know until you try it. So, and then let's see, we got to make sure this is the right way. Yeah, there we go. This is going to be Avon Wild Country, one of my favorite scents. Just love the smell of that stuff. My grandfather got me hooked on it when I was just a wee lad. We used to go out fishing, and when I was a kid, go out on the lake in northern Minnesota, and we would go fishing, come back, clean the fish, and you get that fish smell on your hands, and you just go hand you the Wild Country, and you splash a little bit on your hand, and it's like, much better. So, just a little bit of little stuff that you did in the 70s when I was a kid. Actually, 60s even. Yeah, I remember the 60s. I remember the first moon landing. I was just a wee lad at the time, sitting in front of the TV, black and white, that is. I think it was like 73, somewhere there, when we got our first color TV. We're talking old days. So, smeared myself already. Alright, let's just go with the downstroke here. I'd say it would be about this time, 1978. It was around Christmas time when I first started shaving as a teenager. My dad was like, "You got that fuzz on your face. It's time to get rid of that." And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, and he went out and bought a razor. I think it was Ben Franklin. Hard to remember. The only problem I have with this Island Man, it is very runny and not as slick as the other ones. It does have slickness to it, but I found that this Island Man soap, yeah, it was opening. Always has this problem with this thing trying to open itself. And I just thinking it was a bad batch, or a batch that's not quite up to snuff. Because it really doesn't matter how much water I put in it, it always comes out the same. You put too much water in it, it's just like soup. You put a little bit of water in it, it comes out runny. but it has slickness. So all the good stuff is there. Like Brian the Floridian, his channel, he's the one that suggested I get it. I'm gonna try it out. I did. It's not bad. The scent is, I like island style. Scents, but let me see how thin this is. I put very little water in it. So, if you have never seen Brian the Floridian, good channel. I like watching. He's had a lot of history stuff that he goes on his channel too. Makes it interesting. Let's go across the grain. Another cool day today. I woke up and looked at my thermometer. It was only 10 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 17 or 19 Celsius below. So, a little cool. But people don't realize it. It's like it can be that cold. You can be outside, and if it's no wind, it's not that bad. I've been coldest I've ever been outside with having to go out and do chores. Growing up on the farm up north, it was 56 below Fahrenheit. I tell you, a little chilly. It's kind of funny. He's like, at that temperature, everybody had a heater on their engine block just to make sure that your engine didn't freeze up. Go out there, get in a truck, and truck would start because it was heated, but the transmission's a different story. You couldn't put the thing in gear, being it was manual. I think it was, how old was I? 19. Yeah, I think it was 19 before. Well, no, I can't say that. I was 16 when first time I drove a automatic. The driver's ed. Go in there, and the first time we go out in the driver's ed, get in the vehicle and say, all right, put her in gear. And I'm like looking around, trying to figure out where the shifter is. I'm like, it's up on the column. I was like, what? Oh, okay. And he's like, haven't you ever drove a car before? I'm like, no, I have, but I never drove anything that didn't have a shifter like that, you know, because I grew up driving manuals. And manual brakes. I remember the first time we got it, taking off, get to the stop sign, and they hit the brakes, and I'm used to having to mash it because it was manual brakes, and it was like, and they're like, and they're like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, it's got automatic braking system. Like, oh, I never had anything like that before. And I was like, make sure this is tight. So, things you grow up with. But I was 19 before I got my first automatic. Had a 77 Grand Marquis. Big old land yacht. Go out there and take 10 of your favorite friends with you and have 2 kegs in the back for your party. There we go. But back to the story about the weather. Now you go out to the vehicle when it's that cold. If you did not have a heater on your engine, it's not turning over. You're not going anywhere until it warms up. I remember one time we forgot to put the heater on the tractor, plug it in. Oh, it was the power went out because we lost power at that temperature, which wasn't a big deal because, you know, we had wood heat, but we had to build a fire underneath the tractor just to get that thing to turn over so we can go out there and feed the livestock. Otherwise, it was break everything down, put it into the sled with the snowmobile and run it out. The joys of farm life. Not. Ooh, I felt it. It's starting to open up. Could tell. Oh. Got a little lake here. Well, it's also on my neck. I'm not feeling any stinging. Ah, that stuff smells so good. Lots of good memories with it. It's like whenever I can find a good deal on this stuff, I pick it up whenever you can. All right, I think we're good. Another good shave. All right. Well, that was my Schick razor with Wilkinson blades. I'm probably going to switch this out, throw the blades away. I think it's like the second or maybe third use of that. And that was with the Island Man. It's got good slickness to it, but I'm not enamored with the way it performed when it comes to just it's just liquidy. I don't know if it's, like I said, it might be a bad batch or something. But that's everything. Hope you guys like it. And like and subscribe. Share with your friends. And we'll see you one. Rusty out.